Okay, I shall start now. 各位朋友，大家好，大家晚安，欢迎来参加我们今年2022年 European Study Talk 留学欧洲说明会。那这个活动是由欧洲在台官方的单位联合举办，我们即将从2022年的9月一直进行到2023年的2月。整个系列活动将邀请到超过50多所的这个欧洲知名高等学校来进行留学欧洲线上说明会。那会有德国、法国、英国、比利时、荷兰、瑞典、瑞士、意大利等专业顶尖欧洲大学将接力的为台湾学生你的留学计划来指点迷津。除了商管学校、资讯学院，更有著名的理工、工程设计、观光医学，甚至还有航太航空等知名的院校加入，都要提供你最新的教育制度、申请流程，以及还有奖学金的资讯，以及你毕业后在当地可以工作或者是创业等最新的资讯，你一定可以收集到你所需要的资讯，以及还有听到部分学校学长姐的经验分享，那都可以来帮助你准备你的申请。那今晚留学欧洲部署未来，法国的理工人才的摇篮以及航太大学，今晚的顺序将先由7点钟开始的法国格勒诺布尔阿尔卑斯大学理工学院。那今晚很特别，由4位大学的这个教授 professor， 今天晚上会来帮我们做课程的详细说明以及介绍。那这个学校格勒诺布尔阿尔卑斯大学是一所国际化的公立型的公立大学，全校是有4个校区，都是坐落于法国西南邻近阿尔卑斯山脉地区，那跟意大利、瑞士等国是邻居，那交通位于非常精华的地段。听说校园环境多样丰富，校地广阔，而且学生的活动有非常的多元。学校设有教导外国人这个法文的语文中心，那每一年接待世界将近180多国约9000名的这个国际学生，甚至提供了包含建筑、社会科学、艺术、语言、传播、自然科学等，也还有我们今天晚上生物学系的这个教授这些全方位的领域的学士、硕士。还有这个博士学程都来自这个世界各地将近8、9千的这个国际学者，以及领先欧洲的研究成果。那今天晚上 Faculty of Science 教授亲自来为大家说明课程跟介绍。那我们今天待会7点50分要由法国 SUPARERO 这个航天的这个工程高等学校来进行下一场的说明。那待会在这个活动当中，请你务必将你所想要问的问题就你自己的个人的状况，都请你打在我们的 Q&A 的这个栏位当中，问与答的栏位当中。我们在最后的地方会请学校老师、学校代表来一一的为我们解答。Tonight at 7 o'clock, we are very happy to have 4 professors coming from the Faculty of Science University, Grenoble Alpes, the university from France, to give us a very detailed information later. So if you have any question later, please type your question on the Q&A box. And in the end of the Q&A section, we will provide your question to the professor and the professor to answer your question. So maybe we still have 2 minutes in short. And so maybe we can have maybe just give the microphone to the university and to the Professor Pasca from the University Faculty of Science and University of 格勒诺布尔阿尔卑斯大学理工学院. Over to you, Pasca.
Okay, hello everyone. So my name is Pascal Huyghe, and I am the Vice Dean of the Faculty of Science of the University Grenoble Alpes. I will first introduce what is the Faculty of Science and what kind of discipline and topics are taught. I will then shortly explain you what kind of grants are offered to foreigner students. And finally, some of my colleagues will focus on specific masters offered at the Faculty of Science of Grenoble. So first, a few numbers and a few introduction to the University of Grenoble. The University of Grenoble Alpes is nested in the heart of the French Alps, which makes the life of students very pleasant during both summer and winter times, with the opportunity of many activities in nature. We welcome every year about 60,000 students, including 10,000 of foreigner students. The University Grenoble Alpes is ranking in the top 150 in the academic ranking world universities. The Faculty of Science is one of the 6 schools of the University Grenoble Alpes. In the Faculty of Science, we have about 6,000 students and 600 teachers. So the Faculty of Science is composed of 5 teaching departments, which are the Department of Bachelor of Science and Technology, the Department of Informatics, Mathematics and Applied Mathematics, the Department of Physics, Engineering, Mechanics, Earth and Environmental Sciences, the Department of Chemistry and Biology, and the Observatory of Earth and Planetary Sciences. Okay. The Faculty of Science is associated to more than 50 research labs with a great diversity from ecology and earth sciences to math, chemistry, astrophysics, physics, and so on, that are proposing master's internship in research, also in close connection with large facilities and industrial companies which are in the environment of Grenoble. These facilities are, for example, the European Radiation Synchrotron Facility and the Lao-Langevin Neutron Facilities. We have also a large number of relations with research and development partners that are in the Valley of Grenoble, which is also called the French Silicon Valley. So we have, for example, Sun Microsystems, Caterpillar, CEA, France Telecom, ST Microelectronics, HP, Rhône-Poulenc, Xerox, Schneider Electric, Soitex, Air Liquide. Well, a lot of research and department partners that can offer to students many research or industrial internship. So just a few words about the grants that are offered to foreigner students. So we have 2 types of grants. We have IDEX UGA grants. We have about 3 to 6 grants per department of the Faculty of Science. For the first year of master, they are about 8,000 euros per year. For the second year of master, they are about 5,000 per year, but you are also paid for your internship, which is of 540 euros per month. The second type of grants is the grant of the graduate school of the Université Grenoble Alpes. You have 6 grants per thematic program of masters. These thematic programs are Terra for Earth Sciences, Soft Nano and Quantum for Physics, MSTICS for Mathematics, Applied Mathematics and Earth and Computer Sciences, and chemistry, biology, health, which is called EUR. These grants are about 16,000 € for 2 years. So this is the website where you can find more information on this graduate school. For all our master and graduate school, please apply via Portail d'études en France, where you have the address here. And I think that you can find this address in the platform of the webinar and of the education fair. So just some last words about the Faculty of Science. We have finally 4 international bachelor degrees. We have more than 30 international master degrees. And for all of them, the English competence that we required is B2. TOEFL score is 79, and IELTS is about a 6. So I hope to see you in Grenoble soon. And I will give now the place to one of my colleagues, which will talk to you about the master degrees in biology and chemistry. So please, Professor Dr. Minassian.
Thank you.
We are listening to you.
Do you want me to share the presentation so I could go into
yes,
slideshow? Sorry, here we are. So I will give you a short presentation of the master degrees in biology and chemistry. So first of all, useful information perhaps you don't have already. In France, the master levels are 2-year diplomas with a first year, which is quite often general pathway, giving you common tools for a given discipline. And then depending on the choice of some of the mandatory and some of the optional courses you will take in this first year, you will go in different specialization during the second year. It's typically the case with masters here in biology and chemistry, and the structure of these masters are almost the same. The M1 level, first year of master, is let's say a common core with also choices of options. And then you go into specializations into the M2 level, which is giving you a specialization. So in the master in biology, in the first year of the master level, does the presentation okay? Can you see the slide, Pascal? Yes? Okay, so in the first year of the master in biology, there's a common core with a solid knowledge, especially in molecular biology, biochemistry, and epigenetics, cell biology. So typically, I gave you a summary of the common core with at least 30 European credits dedicated to this common core, which is nearly half of the year, half of the total of credits for the full M1 year. So typically gene expression, regulation, biochemistry. And this master is also has a particular specificity, which is extensive hands-on experience with projects over several weeks in the lab for students, which is very helpful to learn the techniques, the basic techniques, and the experimental knowledge necessary to any kind of biologist. So this master level is taught by a large team of teachers and researchers, about 100. It's associated with research laboratories and institutes, about 19. And as you will see, there's a specialization in plant science, which is also strongly linked to the UGA Alpine Garden, which is localized in Col du Lautaret, which is a very nice site and on the top of mountains close to Grenoble. If you need further information, I put the link for the YouTube video, which is giving you further information on the master in biology. I hope you will be able to get this web link. And there's also the web link for the master in biology. Alain Buisson is the head of the master, and Emmanuel Thier is the head of the first year. In the second year, you can then specialize into different disciplines. I won't go very deeply in details in each of the specialization, but mostly there are specialization either in microbiology, virology, immunology, structural biology of pathogens, typically integrative structural cell biology, which is associated with very strong expertise in research labs in Grenoble, implying the European synchrotron facility, and the European molecular biology lab. And there's also a strong specialization in neurosciences. We got a Grenoble Institute in Neuroscience, which is associated with this specialization. And finally, for the, let's say, the biology part, there's specialization entitled Physiology, Epigenetics, Differentiation, and Cancer, which is mostly targeting a disease such as cancer. And finally, there's a specialization which is a little less biology, but a little bit more plant science, which is Planta International. And this master is a double diploma, which is delivered not only by Université Grenoble Alpes, but also by Università degli Studi di Milano in Italy. And during this 2-year program, students can be taught in Grenoble and in Milano alternatively. And you got also some YouTube video to complement the informations I gave you already. Okay, so if you have questions about the masters in biology, you can ask through the chat at the end. And now I will switch to the master levels in biology. So same structure, first year, it's a core containing the necessary skills for any type of chemist. So especially analytical methods, NMR methods, chromatographic methods, spectroscopies, and there's also a strong connection to experimental aptitudes, so and literature searching, for example. Then you can also choose during this first year some specific courses which are dedicated to the specialization you will reach in the second year. So either organic chemistry or polymer science, or the interface between chemistry and biology. So typically bioorganic, bioinorganic chemistry. So during the second year, you can then specialize into 3 course programs, either chemistry for life sciences, which is paying a little bit more attention to the interface between chemistry and biology. So bioorganic, bioinorganic chemistry. And this interface between chemistry and biology is strongly represented in Grenoble. And then the second specialization is organic synthesis. Typically, how to become an organic chemist, which will be useful for either chemistry of bioactive molecules, synthesis of drugs, flavors, perfumes, agrochemical agents, and you will be taught about each of these fields. And finally, the first specialization is the specialization in polymer science, which is associated with a big number of companies around Grenoble. So typically polymers for different applications, especially energy domain, electronics, flexible electronics, medical and pharmaceutical applications, vectorizations of drugs, for example, and bio-resourced polymers or nanostructural materials. So the same here, you got on the top of the slide the web link to the website of the master degree in chemistry, and Jean-François Poisson is the head of the master, and if you have further questions, I could answer them whenever you want. Okay, so then I will give the talk to my colleague. I think it's Professor Staquet.
Yes, I think. Yeah.
Which will talk about the master in environmental fluid mechanics.
Thank you very much. So indeed, so this master's program has been existing for 11 years now. So I'm going to briefly present it. So can you go to next slide, please? So the first point is to wonder about what is environmental fluid mechanics. So fluid mechanics is actually the fluid mechanics of natural fluid media, and you have a few examples indicated here, such as air pollution, renewable energy, coastal oceanography, sediment transport. So the key point of this master's program is that each course has actually two parts, one which is more fundamental, more theoretical in a sense, and which provides you with the main concepts which are required in order to deal with the application of the natural fluid media you consider, which is addressed in this course. And naturally, the professors are internationally recognized experts for the course they are teaching. Let me say that this program is fully taught in English, but all the programs which are presented to you today are all fully taught in English. Next slide, please. So the program Environmental Fluid Mechanics is the second year master's program. So I did not stress here how to access to this master's program. Actually, there are, I would say, two possibilities, broadly speaking. There is a first year whose name is Applied Mechanics, which I do not present here. And this program can lead you to either fluid or solid mechanics. And you can find all information about this M1 program in the website of Environmental Fluid Mechanics, which I'm going to provide you at the end of this presentation. But, and this is the reason for which I only stress here the second year master's program, you can also access this program directly, either through an engineering degree from your country, from a bachelor degree, if you are really an outstanding student. And again, how and who can apply and how to apply is indicated on the website of this Environmental Fluid Mechanics program. So coming back to this M2 program, it is organized in 2 semesters. As you can see, during 5 or 6 months, from September to January, 5 months actually, lectures are provided, and I stressed how the lectures are organized on the previous slide, together with the exams in January. And during the second part of the year, from February to June, July, so there is a research internships, which is mandatory, of 5 to 6 months. Next slide, please. Focusing on the first part of the year, these 5 months, here is a list of course, and this course can be shared, separated, I would say, into 2 types: lectures, which each deal with a natural medium and application, such as atmospheric physics, exchange across air-water interfaces, ocean dynamics, renewable marine energy, sediment transport, waves in fluid and applications. And in order to be able to be at ease, I would say, with the concepts which are addressed in these different courses, one must have an advanced level, I would say, in fluid mechanics and turbulence. And this is the reason for which there is a course on turbulence in fluids, which is compulsory. Together, or I would say aside these lectures, it is important also to teach you with tools and methods which can be applied to all these different, I would say, natural fluid media, which is machine learning for environmental science, data assimilation, signal processing in fluid mechanics, flow measurement science and technology. And again, to be able to master these different tools and methods, it is necessary to have a good level in scientific computing, and it's the reason for which this course is compulsory. There is also an English course, there is also a language course, which is required. Most students choose French, but you can also choose English if you want to improve your English, or if you have a very good level proficiency in French and English, then any other language is possible. Spanish, it can be Polish, German. So there are many different possibilities offered by Grenoble. Next slide, please. So during the second part of the year, you have to perform a research internship. It can be in a laboratory, but also it can be in the research and development department of a company, as long as the topic is related to environmental fluid mechanics, that is to natural fluid media. This can be in Grenoble, in another French city in Europe, and we actually receive many different recent research internship offers, which we send you so that you can find the research internship of your choice. You can also design your own internship by finding a laboratory or a company, which we did not think about, and we are also always very interested by and pleased by any initiative you take by yourself. Again, on the website of the program, there is a list of past research internships which provide you with ideas of what you can study. Next slide, please. So after you graduate, you can become an engineer in industry or in environmental agency. Most students prefer to go to a PhD program, but both possibilities, but options are offered. And as you can see, about 2/3, if you do statistics over the last years, 2/3 of the students go to a PhD program, about 30% or so to industry, and some of them continue their study. Very little students, they do another M2 program or an MBA, but most students either, as I said, and go to a PhD program or become an engineer. Next slide, please. I should say this is a quite interesting experience, because up to now, students came from 34 different countries. So there is a melting pot of students of different culture, of different origins, which is extremely interesting. So not only the courses The program itself is interesting, but the participation of students from many different countries makes it very interesting. So the student can come from Canada, from Central and South America, from Europe, from Africa, from Russia, China, India, Pakistan, Philippines. We did not have any student from Taiwan yet, and we would be extremely happy to host you in our program. So we start usually the year during a weekend, sunny weekend, by a one-day hike around Grenoble in order to have the class in order to have the students to know each other better. And here are a few pictures which have been taken by the students themselves. As you can see, of course, the students very much enjoy this day around Grenoble, in the mountains around Grenoble. So for more information, I invite you to visit the website of the program, and the link is indicated here. And this is the right time to apply, as Professor Huyghe told you during her presentation. You have to apply through Campus France, and the deadline for application is indicated very likely when you open an account on Campus France. Last year, it was as early as the 1st of January 2023. So this year, I do not know, because again, the deadline for application is set by each embassy, each French embassy in the country where it is located. So the deadline for application is set, and once you have made an application file, the process is not finished, in the sense that you have an interview at the French embassy. So there are a few steps which are still requested once you have finished your application. And this deadline, as I said, can be as early as the 1st of January. So we look forward, as my colleague said, to meet and host you and welcome you in Grenoble very soon.
Thank you, Professor Staquet. As was also asked in the question and answer, it was about the date of the application. It's the beginning of December. So please apply now. For Taiwan, this is the beginning of December? It's the deadline for, I think, the PEF, the Portail d'études en France. That's the deadline that they gave. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, because I asked for this information now. And thank you. This is the beginning of December. Okay, so sorry for not having provided you the right deadline, but I should have also. No, but thank you very much. Okay. So Professor Ziblin now should talk.
Thank you for this introduction, and good evening, everyone. So I shall present to you the Master in Computer Science and this Master track, as you can see in the next slide, please. So in this slide, you can see that, of course, for all the Master in France are composed by 2 years. So you can apply for the first year in 4 tracks. The 2 tracks in white are dedicated to a single program, and the 2 tracks in blue are dedicated to multiple programs that are in yellow in second year. Okay, in blue give you the opportunity to go to multiple programs in second year, but the first year in white give you only one possibility. Okay, some of these programs are taught in French, but some of the other put in English. I'll present to you every track, but if you are not familiar with French, you will apply only on the international one. So I will go further on that and give you the detail of all of this track. We can. So next slide, please. Maybe it's the best way to do that. So if you go to the next slide, is it possible? Yeah. So here you have all the specialization that we give into these different tracks. So the first one about artificial intelligence and data science is composed by multiple courses about machine learning, deep learning, knowledge representation, and so on. After that, you have another competence in distributed computing with cloud computing and networking parallel system. After that, we have another specialization in cybersecurity, cryptography, and data protection. This one is taught in French and in English, so you can apply in these two programs. The other one is about software and hardware development, and it's more dedicated to software engineering. And this program is also taught in French and in English. The other one about human interaction with machine, which is composed by robotic interface of machine, virtual reality, image synthesis, and perception is taught in English. Oh, sorry. And the last one is about operational research, simulation, optimization, and all problem-solving method. And this one also is taught in English. So next slide, please. If you go to the different, of course, I give you only the short name at the beginning, at the bottom of this drawing about all the different tracks. And I didn't reply which one is in French and which one is in English, but the both two first are in French and all the other one are in English. Okay, so you can see in this slide all the competence given by all the different programs that we have. Okay, so it's a very complete program. So next slide, please. I will give you more information about the first year. So the first year for the program in blue, I hope that you remember my first slide with the program in blue for the first year and the program in white for the first year. So the first year in blue taught in French and in English, give to you all the fundamental knowledge that you have to integrate when you want to make computer science at a master degree. So it's for the first semester, it's really the basis of all the elements that you need, whatever the program you choose into the second year. And after that, into the second semester, we give to you the flavor of the different track that you can decide to take in the second year. So it's optional courses and you choose really your program just to be able after that to direct your professional competence where you really want to go. And you have also you can make the wrong choice and change your mind. And so I think that it's a great opportunity for students who are not already decide what kind of professions they want to have, to just to choose and to explore many competences. So it's, in my opinion, a very good way to make the first year of this master degree. Just a little bit of detail about the MOSIC, because if you see my array, you can see that the MOSIC program have a lot of different competence. So of course, these competence are not only in the same track. We have some different sub-track, if I can say that in that way. So you can choose artificial intelligence and data science. You can choose distributed computing. You can choose human and digital world interaction, or you can choose software and hardware development, okay? But it's one track at each step. Of course, we will be able to split it into different tracks, but okay, we grouped it, but you have to choose only one track on the MOSIC program, okay? If you choose to apply in this program, and you specialize yourself into the detail that I give to you just right there. After that, next slide, please. So the second year of the master in computer science is always organized in the same way. The first semester is a theoretical part. So during the first semester, you have to choose a set of courses to obtain 30 credits, okay? And you have to validate it. All the exam and all the way to validate it are exactly the same for all the tracks. So it's an obligation to validate the theoretical part and to have a grade which is not below 7 for all the track that we have. And after that, you have a second semester, which is an internship semester. You can have an internship during 5 months in a lab or in a company, and you can extend it until the end of September. So it will be an internship a little bit longer. After that, of course, if you go to the laboratory, you can go to a PhD, and you can make an internship abroad. This internship, during this internship, you have to produce a master thesis, and after that, defend it. And as I told you, all the tracks are organized in the same way. Okay, so next slide, please. I think, yeah. So after that, you can have all the detail into the website. And my colleague explained to you the admission way. So I don't want to confuse you too much about that, and to give you again some information about how you can apply to this master, but it's all the same for all UGA. So you just have to check it into the website, and we don't have a different way in computer science to apply in them. So thank you. I hope that I give you enough information, and I hope to see you in Grenoble in the next academic year.
Okay, Pascal, you can share again.
Yes. So is it fine to share here?
Yes.
Yes, I think I'm sharing.
Yes.
So this is just thank you to my colleagues of chemistry, computer sciences, and fluid mechanics. Here in this slide, I just prepared every information which is important for you. That's the main websites that my colleagues already gave you. And of course, our email contact. Do not hesitate, please, to write us. That's my message. Do not hesitate. We are happy to have you, so please contact us and we'll help
Thank you, professors. 好，在线上的所有各位同学，如果你对于这个学校有任何的相关问题，我想他们的课程都是关于理工科以及还有资讯科系，所以如果你有兴趣的，有任何的问题，请你务必一定要写信给所有的这位专属的这个教授，直接请他们来协助你提供给你更多的问题。Okay, I think we can move on to our Q&A section for a couple questions. We can finish it before 45. Okay, first question. Here's the student is asking, what are the requirements for applying the neurobiology? Is there any scholarship for this course to apply to?
Yes, so I was starting to reply by writing. So you can apply to the so the neurology neuroscience is a specialization in second year of master. So you have two choices. As said my colleague Professor Staquet, it's the same in biology, chemistry, and mechanics, physics, etc. You can apply either after a Bachelor of Science in biology. For example, for neuroscience, you need biology. So you can apply after 3 or 4 years of biology and then enter in the 2-year program. So M1, M2, and the M2 will be with a specialization in neuroscience. Here we are. Or if you got the suitable level, you can apply directly into the second year of master, which means that you don't need to go for the M1 level.
Okay.
And then there's a specific selection for each different type of application. And then concerning the scholarships, indeed, for the chemistry and biology, the master degrees in chemistry and biology, as my colleague Pascal Wig mentioned earlier, there are some specific fundings from our graduate school, chemistry, biology, and health, which is providing some financial support to students with very good level. So it's about 15 or 16,000 euros per year for 2 years. For 2 years, if you are applying for the 2 years, 2-year program, it's for the 2 years. It's only 6 or 7 or 8,000 euros for a single year.
For 1 year. That's very clear. Thanks for the information. So for
You're welcome.
Professor Pasca, so for general speaking, for the admission or for the student from Taiwan, if they want to apply for the Faculty of Science or the Department of Science subject or program, are there any specific subject that the student from Taiwan has to have, for example, like the mathematics or computer science or biology or chemistry? Are there any specific or minimum like the foundation sub-program that a student has to have before they apply?
If they want to apply, in fact, they need a Bachelor of Science.
Of course, I see.
So if applying chemistry, that's better to have a Bachelor in chemistry, of course. If applying in computer sciences, it's better to be already specialized in computer sciences. The same for fluid mechanics. If you are specialized in mechanics, it's already good. But
so the requirement for environmental fluid mechanics, for instance, the requirements are again indicated on the website. So a bachelor, I would say, even a bachelor in physics, for instance, would be quite appropriate, as long as your background in fluid mechanics is good. So indeed, it depends upon the program the student is applying to.
Okay, thanks. For the question about the computer science subject or program, does that the student, when they finish or the master courses, is that the project-based program, or is the student has to write the dissertation or the thesis?
Yeah, at the end of the first semester, they have to choose the internship is linked with a subject of master thesis. This master thesis could be more professional if you choose an internship and to write a master thesis in a company. It's completely, it's authorized. There is no restriction about that. Or you can choose a more academic subject in a lab and write a master thesis into a subject, into a research subject in a lab, and you have to defend it. Okay, there are both possibility to defend your master thesis, more and more practical or more theoretical. Okay, and you choose your subject.
Okay.
There is almost 3 or 4 more subjects for each student than they could choose. So there is plenty of offer, and there is absolutely no problem, no restriction about it, except the level, the academic level of it.
I see. Sounds very free and also very
because
as well.
Because the track are very large, so we can't constrain after that the master subject. Okay, because we cover almost all the competence in computer science, so it's why we are very flexible for the thesis.
I see. Great. Okay, I think time is up for now. So thanks again to all the professors from the UGA, from France, and then to give us so informative and also detailed information. So for the student in Taiwan, 台湾的这些线上的观众，你们一定要如果对这个学校有兴趣，请你务必一定要扫描这个现在在线上的这个 QR code， 或者是抄下这个联络方式来跟学校的老师来直接联系。好，那我们再一次谢谢 ，Thanks to all the professor from the UGA University again. Thanks again. So we see.
Thank you very much.
See you soon. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you very much.
And see you in Grenoble.
Bye bye. See you in Grenoble.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.